Welcome to another episode of Free Friday Tidbits. October is nearly halfway over. Oh my goodness. And this week we are going to be focusing again on strengths, which is the ninth category of primary characteristics. And similar to last week's focused on interests, this week we're going to focus on talents. Natural talents. What are the gifts and abilities that you have, or your child has, or your loved one with FANB? Are you a gift, or is your child a gifted writer? Are they a natural storyteller? Are they creative? Are they artistic? And those two things are not necessarily the same. Are they mechanically inclined? It seems like they can take things apart and put things back together, or just know how to fix things, right? Like my husband constantly amazes me because I don't think there's anything he can't fix. Are they physically adept or athletic, right? That, for instance, not me. I was always the chick that was afraid of the ball, but there are other people who are out there and they do, if it involves a ball, they're really good at it, right? It's a natural talent that they have. Being kind of at one with your body and being very confident in your body through space. That's something that you need to be able to do to be very athletic and gifted in that sense. Is your loved one with FANB are they a good cook? Do they instinctively find those flavors that go really well together, or are they chained to the recipe book, right? How about musicality? Are they creative in terms of lyrics or in terms of coming up with a beat, right? What about linguistic? I have my mom, one of her cousins spoke like, I say spoke because I'm not even sure if she's still alive. She spoke like 10 different languages. She was a professional translator, and I'm just in awe of people like that. I took Spanish for 5 years. Of course, that ended back in 1978. And at this point, I only know enough to know when my translator's not telling me everything. Not very good. It's not one, I worked hard at it, but it's not one of my gifts. So just being honest. So it's important to have a sense of your loved one's interests, but also their talents, because we always, when we're living with an invisible disability, when we have compromises to the way our brain is wired, everything takes so much work. And it's really important to be able to tap into those things that we are really good at in order to build confidence, right? Because confidence is a good chunk of the ability to learn something new, right? So be thinking about your loved one in this sense this week. It's your homework this week, is to think about, what are their talents? What can you build upon with those strengths? So don't forget, after you have a really great weekend, to come back on Monday to listen to another episode of the Living with FASD podcast, also here in the same YouTube channel. And then come back next Friday after another long week, hopefully productive week for you, and get your next Free Friday Tidbit. Take good care.